Before I get started, I need to disclose something. My code name is Super 8, and I'm currently on a Super Kid mission. I know what you're thinking, but not to worry, this mission will not self-destruct in 5 seconds. But it might if I go over 18 minutes, so let's get started. Like most supers, as pictured here of my incredible family, it turns out that code names among real-world superheroes are actually pretty common. In addition to code names, superheroes possess the ultimate life-changing superpower. Don't believe me? Well, this superpower is so powerful that it has the potential to give you a longer, healthier, and happier life. Wait a minute, let me repeat that. This superpower has the potential to give you a longer, healthier, and happier life. Who doesn't want that? The best part is, it's free, and it's not even fantasy. In fact, there have been about 500 major scientific research studies conducted over the past decade that support these claims, and some of its major benefits have been shown to last at least 50 years. That's 5 times my age. With that being said, I think I may have just sparked your curiosity. But first, let's play a little game. I'm going to tell you about a couple of super kids who changed the world when they discovered this ultimate life-changing superpower. Let's see if you can guess their names. There was a kid named Trey who was fascinated by computers. Back then, computers were not like iPads or laptops. They were reserved for big companies. By age 15, Trey and his friend, Paul, co-developed Traffic Data, a computer program that monitored traffic conditions in Seattle. 5 years later, he dropped out of Harvard University to follow his dream of launching Microsoft with Paul. When I said the word Microsoft, I saw some light bulbs turn on. So if you guessed Bill Gates, then congratulations, you are correct. Because yes, today we know Trey as Bill Gates, but his grandmother gave him the nickname of Trey growing up. When Agnes was 9 years old, her family life was turned upside down when her father died. By age 12, she felt she had the calling to help the poor. In 1931, she took her vows as a nun and changed her name to Teresa. When I said Teresa, I saw some more light bulbs turn on, so if you guessed Mother Teresa, then great job, you are correct. As a kid, Michael had his first significant encounter with racial discrimination when he and his friends were not allowed to attend the same elementary school. Michael grew up in a family that encouraged him to notice and respond to injustices. After being inspired by the German Protestant leader, Martin Luther, Michael's father changed both his and his son's name from Michael King to Martin Luther King. So if you guessed Martin Luther King, then you are correct. Great job. So what do Bill Gates, Mother Teresa, and Martin Luther King Jr. all have in common? Well, they all started out as super kids who not only grew up with a different name, but they changed the world when they discovered this ultimate life-changing superpower. The thing about the superpower is you can't buy it, you can't earn it, and you can't take it. In fact, the only way to obtain it is by doing the exact opposite. And the ultimate superpower is, drumroll please, giving. According to Stephen Post and Jill Nyrick's book, Why Good Things Happen to Good People, giving protects the giver through all stages of life, even if you start late. So it doesn't matter if you're old or young. What matters is you should start. My favorite sayings is when they said, by learning to give, you become more effective at living yourself. Paul Wink of Wellesley College studied nearly 200 people since the 1920s and found that giving in high school predicts good physical and mental health all the way into late adulthood. So an 18-year-old that starts giving can reap the benefits all the way until age 68 or older. Now that's a long time. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can harness the ultimate superpower of giving. Scoop number 1, give yourself the gift of time. In order to show up as your best self, you can't be overwhelmed. You can do that by giving yourself the gift of time. Time is life's most precious commodity. Each day, we are given a fresh 1,440 minutes, and we can never earn more. So why not start your day in the best possible way? In my book, How to Be a Super Kid, there's a rhyme that says, every super kid has a super routine. It helps your heart stay pure and clean. Super routines are the things you do on a daily basis that creates thrill the rhythm of your life. In order to show up as your best self, evaluate that rhythm that you have created. For example, take a look at your morning routine and ask yourself, how does this rhythm help me improve every day? In my morning routine, I eat a healthy breakfast and incorporate affirmations, devotions, journaling, and exercise. Affirmations are positive truths about yourself. Now, I invite you to join me into listening to some of my favorite affirmations. So close your eyes and allow these words to speak into your life. I am grateful for the good in my life. I believe in myself. I have the ability to succeed. I am grateful for the chance to become healthier through diet, exercise, and healthy routines. I am confident. I am creative. I am beautiful. I am blessed. I am excited about my future. I am strong. I am healthy. I am secure. I am talented. I am disciplined. I am focused. I am loved. I am valuable. And I am victorious. How did that make you feel? Imagine starting each day with powerful and inspiring affirmations like these. Now that is the power of giving yourself the gift of time. Ooh, that made me feel a lot better. Now I can do the rest of my speech. One of my personal favorites is journaling. There are so many benefits to journaling. It's healing, it preserves memories, sparks creativity, and builds self-discipline. My little sister, Ellie, started journaling at age 5, and she would use that gift to draw pictures for others and tell them she loves them. Isn't she cute? Exercising is another thing that I incorporate into my morning routine. One easy way for me to do that is to run laps at the bus stop. And if I'm running late, which is often the case, I run to catch the bus. But even if you can't run, you should use your creativity to exercise. My brother, Cameron, loves to skateboard. In fact, he was inspired by our friend Nick Santonastasso, who was born without any legs and just one arm and one finger. But that wasn't an excuse for him. There's really nothing Nick can't do that he puts his mind to. Let's watch him skateboard. Scoop number 2, give life your best. Being a super kid isn't about doing the easy stuff. It's about the willingness to get out of your comfort zone, to challenge and stretch yourself, to do things that you never thought you could do before. But you should expect failure to be part of your journey to success. My mom says, if you're not failing, then you're not challenging yourself enough. Ever since I was 4 years old, I had the dream of becoming a best-selling author and illustrator. I would write books about a girl named Superpower who fought crime on the playground. One day, I told my classmates that I was going to publish a real book, but they told me, no, you're too young and you should stick to making handmade books. Their response made me feel like that they thought I was the pigeon who had asked to drive the bus from Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. Hey, where does that come from? Mom. Okay, fine. Anyway, but like the pigeon, I didn't listen to them. I don't know anyone who became successful who didn't fail along the way. Thomas Edison was told by his teachers that he was too dumb to learn anything. Walt Disney was told that he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. Albert Einstein was thought to be mentally handicapped because he didn't start talking until he was 4 years old and couldn't read until age 7. Dr. Seuss was told by numerous publishers that his books weren't good enough. J.K. Rowling had a difficult childhood and did not get accepted into the University of Oxford. Then she had a failed marriage. She considered herself to be a failure, but later became the most successful author, writing the Harry Potter series. I know that music can reach our inner core and can change a person's mood almost instantly, just like that. Even Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. referenced music in his 1963 speech when he said, "This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing." So I would like to share with you a couple of words from a song that I co-wrote with a pop artist named Brother James called Super Kid. So when life gets hard and you hit the wall,
Life gets hard and you hit the wall. Don't be afraid to fail, get up, stand tall. Super kid, my powers have no limit. I'm making up my mind, my life is well designed. Today's the day to shine.
so how do we make today our day to shine? By doing scoop number 3, give others your best self. We have a saying in our family that says, see need, feel need. What matters is your willingness to use your gift to give back to society. Bill Gates used his gift of building software to ultimately building the Gates Foundation, one of the world's most generous foundations. He has donated over $28 billion to the poorest of the poor. That's a lot of money. He is quoted saying, I have no use for money. This is God's work. In contrast, Mother Teresa didn't have any money, but she used her gift of compassion that was sparked at a young age by devoting her life to care for the sick and the poor. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. used his gift of courage and confrontation to fight for injustice. No act of love is complete without the courage to confront truth. If you have a skill, a dream, or if you believe in something deeply, then, by showing up as your best self, you have the ability to inspire others to do the same. Before I published my first book, I decided I wanted to use it not only to inspire kids, but to support nonprofit organizations that empower kids. Last December, I created a Super Kid mission video with the goal of raising at least $5,000 to help fulfill a terminally ill child's wish. And I asked if it could be presented to a group of business professionals, many of whom I never even met. That's the beautiful thing about children. We are known to be fearless. Meanwhile, I was back at home, about to have breakfast with Santa. For 3 days, my mentor, Brianna Greenspan and Dan Gazzetta, were relentless about asking the facilitators to play my video. While they never said no, they didn't say yes either. On the last day of the conference, when my parents were about to leave for their flight back home to Texas, the facilitators decided to play my video at the last-minute auction, not knowing what to expect. In fact, when it was being presented, Dan asked if anyone wanted to bid on my challenge. Only a few hands went up. Then something amazing happened. Let's watch.
I didn't even have the 100-book level on my sheet. What is bigger than you did? You've been doing that for 20 years. What's the price for 100 books?
The price for books would be $2,000.
Does anybody want to single-handedly fund all $5,000? Joe?
Got one right there.
After this generous gentleman, Mr. Mike, decided to fully fund my goal, within seconds, the paddles throughout the room started to go up until there were too many to count that they had to film the audience to capture all the paddles. Thanks to the generosity of so many people, my goal was more than doubled because, number 1, Dan and Brianna, like the pigeon, didn't take no for an answer. They read my paddle and knew where I wanted to go and acted. Another pigeon? Mom, how many of these do you have? Okay, fine. Anyway, number 2, Mr. John Berghoff was willing to take a risk on me by asking big and at every level to give everyone the opportunity to step up. Number 3, Mr. Mike was willing to fulfill my goal single-handedly because in doing so, he inspired everyone around him to contribute, ultimately helping fulfill Kristen's wish, a 9-year-old warrior who was battling for his life. Now that is the power of giving. Being super isn't always about what you can do by yourself. Being super is also about how you can empower others to do the same, because that not only amplifies your ability, but it multiplies the benefactors. By giving yourself the gift of time, giving life your best, and giving others your best self, I believe you can unleash the benefits of the ultimate life-changing superpower of giving and live a longer, healthier, and happier life. Join me on the Super Kid mission of giving and, like the pigeon, don't take no for an answer. Be the driver of your own bus and never waste an opportunity to raise your paddle for someone else, because you never know how your actions can inspire others to do the same. Thank you for giving me a part of your 1,440 minutes in your day. And perhaps one day you can tell me your code name. And I know that I said my code name was Super A, but after all that has happened, I'm considering changing it to Super Pigeon. Thank you.